Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
They interviewed Tobias Harris at this thing, and here's what he said. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay, here's what he said.
Trade speculation, casual Sixers fans, they'll trade me for a crumble cookie. But at the end of the day...
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
Trade speculation, casual Sixers fans, they'll trade me for a crumble cookie. But at the end of the day, they have to realize, like...
They have to realize what? That you stink! I can't even... I'm sorry. Okay, we got to watch the rest.
You're not getting a 6'9" forward back who can, damn near shoot 40% from three, guard other team's best player, shoot, post up, drive, play 70+ games a year.
Okay. I do have a conspiracy about this.
I will say quickly, it's not even that he's wrong, because I don't think he's wrong. But we'll continue. We'll get into it. You. What's your conspiracy?
I do have a conspiracy about this. But first, to even sit up here and say casual Sixers fans won't understand, and something about a 6'9" forward who shoots 40%. The fact that he said out loud, casual Sixers fans, bro, this is entirely incorrect. This is entirely incorrect. The only people defending Tobias Harris are people that don't watch every Sixers game and don't know the sheer lack of effort that this guy shows on the floor night in and night out in the biggest games, especially. I got tweets from people saying, like, yeah, Tobias, about time you speak out to these haters or whatever. And the guy's profile picture is Jalen Hurts. I'm not talking trash about Eagles fans. What I'm saying is, if you don't actually watch every Sixers game, you don't understand why everyone hates Tobias Harris. And I don't expect you to understand. So he's totally incorrect about this. The casual fans are the ones defending you. The real fans hate you because you go off against the shittiest teams in the NBA. You put up fake numbers, and when it matters the most, you absolutely suck and you quit. It's the quitting part that I hate the most about this guy's play. He quits. He absolutely quits. You can't tell me that you just finished a playoff game with 2 points and 6 rebounds, and I'm a casual for being mad at you for it. It's ridiculous. And he's done it his whole career. It's and one more thing, the people that think you just hate him because the Sixers gave him a big contract. He's not that player, so that's why you guys are mad. It's not his fault that the Sixers paid him that money. If Tobias Harris was on a contract that made sense for his play style, I would still hate him. Because in the biggest games, the guy absolutely disappears. And he plays the game soft. He avoids contact. He does little dumbass stupid floaters off the top of the backboard. You're 6'9". Why are you bringing up the fact that you're 6'9"? How many times did you dunk the ball last season? Once? I think one time. He plays the game soft. And when you see him pull up to the game in his Rolls Royce and his freaking Louis Vuitton pants that with his ankles showing and his loafers, you walk into the game soft and you play the game soft. Give me a guy like DeAnthony Melton who walks into the game with a hoodie on and just gives it 100% effort. I need the guys with the neck tattoos and the hoodies. I'm tired of these kind of guys on my basketball team. There's my rant.
I love it. Kudos. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I really did like it. The energy was there. A couple of good laughs in the middle. And, pretty solidly accurate. And we like that. So 9 out of 10, DJ, good job. That's a good report card there. That's like summa cum laude. But my only thing is, like, I'll play both sides of the coin. On the good side, maybe Tobias Harris can have a much better year under a coach that knows how to utilize somebody like him. Like, my biggest gripe with Tobias Harris is the fact that his lack of awareness of how the game is going and of what the team needs at the moment. Because if I see another, like, we're down by 6 with 8 minutes left, and we're giving it to Tobias Harris to do like an isolation post up. I'm like, what the hell is this, dude? We have superstars on the court. Why are we going to Toby to get us a bucket? Like he's Michael Jordan or DeMar DeRozan or Jimmy Butler, because he's not that guy. He's not that guy. Let him. He needs such a smaller role, but Doc Rivers loved him and let him do whatever the hell he wanted to do. Maybe on the bright side, Nick Nurse will utilize him more of a player like he should be being used as. So maybe there's that. Maybe I can talk myself into that if he comes back to the Sixers for another terrible, terrible, disappointing year. But my thing with Toby is, dude, he's just a bitch. He doesn't play the game. He never fits the Sixers' needs. We never get anything out of him that could help the Sixers win in a specific moment or a game. It's like he's playing a different game. It's like he has no idea what's going on, and he just wants to do his own thing. And he doesn't always guard the best player on the other team. I'll say he's been a lot better in the playoffs. Yeah, dude, he was solid this year, especially towards the later half of playing defense and putting more energy on that side. But, dude, you're not a shutdown defender. You're not a great offensive player. You're an average guy. You're just very average at everything. You're just average. Like, don't talk about yourself like you're like this egomaniac of like a superstar monster. You're not that dude. You're not that dude.
You're not that guy, pal.
No, he's not, dude.
You're
And
not that guy.
bro, he's never been an all-star. He's never been even in consideration for it. He hasn't really had a good year with the Sixers yet. He's just been so average. He's shot, 36% from three? That's not really almost 40%. Like, there's a huge difference.
40%.
There's a huge difference between league average of 36% and 40%, dude. And I just hate how, like, my thing is that, like, this just goes to show that Tobias Harris is, like, he cares so much about what people are saying about him on the internet, and he's like reading everything and he's listening to everything, and he just needs the clap back to just make a moment for himself to be like, I'm not appreciated enough. Dude, shut up. You're so overrated, and you're like, just shut up, dude. Do your freaking job, and maybe we'll respect you. Maybe if you just played harder, if you weren't the slowest dude on the court at all times. Holy shit, you're calling yourself a 6'9" wing. You can't even run. You can't run, dude.
That's what I mean. I don't. So, like, it blew me away because he made it sound like, so he was like, there's part of it. A couple people posted like his full quotes on Twitter and stuff. There's parts where he was like, Doc wanted me to be the fourth scorer, and Doc wanted me to stand in the corner and be this and be that. Like, first of all, why do you think Doc Rivers wanted you to do that? That's like saying, me and 3 other people were qualified to get the assistant manager job at my job, but I'm the only one that didn't get it, and it's just because they wanted those other people to have it randomly, or you weren't good enough to do it. They didn't let you. You're not good enough to be a second or third scorer. That's why you were the fourth scorer. It wasn't a random idea that Doc Rivers had, by the way. But speaking of him, defending the team's best players, here's a tweet by Joel for MVP. In the Boston series, according to NBA's matchup data, Tobias Harris guarded Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, Al Horford, and Derek White for 86 total minutes. In those 86 minutes, he gave up 127 points on 67% true shooting percentage when he guarded those players. So he was actually, I thought he had some good defensive plays, and I think his defensive plays stand out, and that makes people think he was a good defender. But I've seen so many times this guy get beat backdoor. I've seen so many times him not rotate. And that's when these stats make sense, because over the grand total of the whole series, in reality, he sucked defensively.
And offensively. Yeah, dude, he sucks. I hate Tobias Harris. Also, real quick, I would like to say, I read a comment in the chat, need to address this. It says, how about Daryl Morey's trade offer to Cleveland? It's not real. Please do not read that and think that it's real. First of all, because financially this year, or even before the second apron came out of last year and 2 years ago, it would be financially impossible to create that trade. Do not believe everything you read from Keith Pompey. The dude is a liar. Please, can we not just believe everything we see immediately? That trade offer was never offered. I promise you, everything inside of me. So, okay, just want to get that out.
Here's my conspiracy theory about the Tobias Harris interview. And the other things with Tobias is, his dad called him an assassin scorer.
That's the
And
best part. That's the best part.
and the rumored proposed trade package from Daryl Morey for Tobias Harris. Here's the conspiracy. Everybody knows we have to trade Tobias Harris. Daryl Morey knows it. Tobias Harris knows it. Everybody knows it. This is just them driving the price up on Tobias Harris. Daryl Morey obviously is going to be like, oh, we love Tobias Harris. We would love to have him back. If we don't get an offer that blows us away, we're going to keep him. He's a great forward, 6'9", 17 points per game, damn near, air quotes, 40% from three. We would be more than happy to keep him. We don't need to make any trades. This is what Daryl Morey did with Ben Simmons. This is probably just the Daryl Morey tactic of driving up the price. And then Tobias Harris comes here and does this interview, and he speaks so highly of himself that he made himself actually sound like a very, very good, like all-star level NBA forward. And so really this whole, I feel like Daryl sat down with them at a table and said, listen, let's just make it sound like it was all Doc Rivers' fault. And then people know me. I got Fire Doc Rivers t-shirts out here. I'm not defending Doc Rivers at all. Let's make it sound like it was all Doc Rivers' fault. You just didn't fit the system. Doc wanted you to be a 14-point per game scorer who didn't rebound. And maybe we'll get more for you in the trade that's inevitably going to happen. And would Tobias Harris be this open to calling Sixers fans casuals if he felt like he was coming back this season?
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.